2, 3, go.
Are you annoyed with people constantly asking to borrow your car? Knowing how to drive stick shift is a simpler and more reliable way. Not many people will ask to borrow your car, and there's less maintenance needed, so the car will last longer. To learn how to drive stick shift, you first must know your way around. A car with manual transmission has different gears than an automatic transmission. When you switch gears, you must push on the clutch every time. The car will make weird sounds if not in the correct gear. The gear must change every 15 minutes per hour, depending on the car. The first gear will be 1 to 15 miles per hour, the second gear will be 15 to 30 miles per hour, and the third gear will be 30 to 45 miles per hour. Another difference between automatic and manual transmission is the number of pedals there are. In an automatic, there are 2 pedals, gas and brake. In the manual transmission, there are 3 pedals, gas, brake, and clutch. The clutch allows you to switch between the gears. You will use your right foot on the gas and brake pedals as you would with automatic transmission, and you will use your left foot on the clutch when switching the gears. When you are stopped for a while, you must put the car in neutral. Avoid releasing the clutch late or too quickly, or it will stall the car. Accelerating in a manual transmission car is different from an automatic because of the gear shifting. As soon as you pull your foot off the clutch pedal, you need to push on the gas pedal. Drifting stick and accelerating your hands and feet must work at the same time. You clutch in and start to push on the gas pedal. As you get to 15, you press on the clutch. Adjust gears from first to second gear and slowly pull your foot off the clutch as you start pushing on the gas. Take your foot off the clutch entirely and then gas it up until it goes to the next 15. Continue the same way for each gear. Now that we know our way around the car and how to drive it, let's see the benefits behind driving it. Driving stick shift comes with various benefits for yourself and your safety. One main issue many of us deal with is someone wanting to drive our cars. Stick shifts are more difficult to drive, so once someone knows it's a stick shift, they will not know how to drive it and will ask to drive it again. According to CBS, only 18% of Americans know how to drive stick shifts. They will not drive your car, so then you won't have to worry about your gas being wasted or mileage being added to your car. While driving stick shift, you will have better control over the car versus automatic transmission cars. It is safer because you have to be more alert when you switch your gears, so you won't be as likely to drive drunk or tired. Automatic transmissions are more pricey, while manual transmissions are more affordable and cost less to maintain. Knowing how to drive stick shift is very useful because you are going to save money on repairs due to the less repairs needed to be done. Having a manual transmission can prevent car theft. So when someone tries to steal your car and doesn't know how to drive stick shift, they're less likely to actually steal it. Driving a stick shift, you get better gas mileage and it will boost your fuel efficiency. They are much more easier to maintain, and the only frequent repair needed is the clutch, which wears down occasionally. You are less distracted due to the need to steer with one hand and switch your gears with the other. Hand-eye coordination, you will have the skill of your hands, eyes, and feet moving all together. You are less likely to text and drive since you need both hands to drive. Driving stick shift is not only handy but also enjoyable. It is a skill not many possess and is sure to draw jealousy from your peers. Most sports cars come in stick shifts, and majority of vintage cars as well. It will attract attention. You don't need frequent fluid change and services like you would need for automatic transmissions. You will save money on traveling because some foreign car rental companies may charge extra for automatic transmission cars. In case of an emergency or any kind of situation, if the only way of transportation being a stick shift, you may be the only one in that situation that can assist. There should not be a car on the road that you don't know how to drive. You never know what situation may arise. Not only can you save money driving a stick shift, but it is also much safer to do so. There are many benefits of driving stick shift, the biggest one being safety and a money saver. Manual transmission cars are safer to drive due to having more control of the car. They are also safer because you can not only accelerate quickly, but also decrease your speed quickly as well. When learning to drive stick, the clutch will wear out quickly due to improper use, but that's normal while learning. It's recommended that you practice on an old car in a big parking lot. And avoid accelerating unnecessarily when the clutch is engaged only partly. When you are starting the car, you must first have it in neutral while the car warms up for a short amount of time. You then push on the clutch and put it in neutral, and then you release the clutch while it warms up. Downshifting in a clutch is beneficial due to the reason that it can slow the car down. Downshifting can also be beneficial because it can put the car in the proper gear when it's not. Downshifting makes driving stick shift safer due to slowing down rather than immediately pushing on the brake. While in gear, you must move from clutch to brake to downshift. If you're going fast and coming to a stop sign and you step on the clutch and shift down one gear as you are stepping on the brake, you then continue to do it again until you are on the second gear, but make sure not to go to the first gear. I am now going to explain how to reverse and park in a manual transmission car. Reversing can be tricky due to the gear being fast. You must let go of the clutch slowly and then push on it again as you also press on the brake. If needed, you may need to gas a little to get out of certain places. Another major difference between automatic transmission and manual transmission cars is that there isn't a parking gear in manual ones. The most important part about parking in manual transmission cars is that you need to use the parking brake. The safest way to park is to leave the car in gear and use the emergency brake. We have now covered all the ways that driving a stick shift helps you deny people from borrowing it, helps you save money on maintenance, and stay safe. I hope that I have informed my audience on how to drive stick shift as well as the benefits behind it. Save money, drive safer, and to learn how to drive stick shift.
So you look like a monkey on a drum.